After a tough loss to rival Daytona State on Saturday, the Eastern Florida men's soccer team find themselves in a must-win game if they're to keep their postseason hopes alive. Live from Orlando Health Stadium on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Falcons and the Titans, and it's next. It is a beautiful night for the beautiful game here on Florida's Space Coast. We're in Melbourne at Orlando Health Stadium. Eastern Florida State College, 22 ranked in the country versus number 9 Daytona State. Jeff Ratcliffe alongside Tom Traxler and our entire WEFS crew. So glad to bring it along. And this is a must-win, as we just said in the open, Tom. Two teams that just faced each other this past weekend. It was a 3-0 win for Daytona State on that night.
This game is set to be a powder keg, Jeff. Unbelievable. Two great teams. Two teams very familiar with one another with a whole lot on the line tonight. So I am looking forward to this one, Jeff. These are the games that, as a fan, you love to be at. It's going to be full of excitement.
It's almost a one-off between these two teams. Best of 3, really. If Eastern Florida loses tonight, there's really no way for them to win the region title.
Yeah, that's the do-or-die part, right? And a lot of times that brings out the best in you, and I know that this Eastern Florida State team has been battle-tested. They've played a really tough schedule, probably the toughest schedule in the country for their level. So they are battle-tested and ready for this moment.
It's Daytona State and Eastern Florida. And we will pause now for the introductions and our national anthem.
And now please rise and move your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
A rivalry renewed tonight. Daytona State coming into town to take on Eastern Florida, and they will be led by one of the top scorers, Tom, in the nation, Yutaro Sukata.
Wow, look, to Yutaro Sukata, he is a guy so dangerous. If you're an Eastern Florida State defender tonight, your spacing's going to have to be good, your positioning's going to have to be good because you can't give this guy an inch. According to Bart Sassnet, the coach for Daytona State, you give him an inch, it's over.
For Eastern Florida, Gunnar Studenhoff from Windermere Prep, originally from the Cayman Islands. Doesn't have as many goals, but he is about the fastest player in the nation as well.
Give me that speed, Jeff. He is so rapid, and that is so difficult for defenders to deal with. And remember, he did score. He did put the ball in the back of the net twice against Daytona State the last time they played. Now, they didn't count, but believe me, he's going to know that, and he's going to be looking to make them count tonight.
Here's a look at the rest of the starting lineups for Daytona State first. William Diaz, the keeper out of Sanford Seminole. Watch the center back, number 5, Prince Wabaduke. Also, if you're familiar with Eastern Florida, you may know number 14, Curtis Kellman. He is a defensive midfielder who was a center back for Eastern Florida last year. And alongside Sukata, you've got Kevin Kelly and Daniel Bedoya. For Eastern Florida, Noah Murray Hawkins is going to be at the back with a bevy of attacking options in front of him. Here's a look at the head coaches. Bart Sassnet in his 6th season at the helm of Daytona State College, and Jeff Carr, former Eastern Florida State College women's head coach. Took a year or two off, and now he's back. He is the head coach of the men here for the first year. Our referees will be led by Chris Bolak. He is the center ref. Alex Billiter and Corey Cox will assist him in the festivities tonight. And we had a game, Tom, 3 nights ago in which it got a little bit bellicose at the end, to say the least, because it's a game that matters.
Well, listen, anytime you get a game that matters, then emotions will run high, right? And these two teams know each other very well. They play each other a lot. So sometimes familiarity can breed contempt, Jeff. So,
Instead of content.
Listen, if you like it, you like to know that your players are invested, that it means something to them. And that's what that ultimately means. No, you don't want it to spill over into what it spilled over, but at least you got your guys, your boys are invested.
Daytona State coming in 10-1-1, but as you mentioned, Tom, Eastern Florida 5-5, perhaps the toughest schedule in the nation. They had all 5 of their losses have been to teams in the top 16 in the nation.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and they're a young team. Let's remember that too. All freshmen except for one player. They have one sophomore. So I was talking with Coach Jeff Carr before the game, and he says sometimes it's a little up and down. But I said, you know that this team's battle tested. There's nobody they can walk into a game with that they don't feel like they can compete with, hang with, and beat.
Correctamundo. Daytona State, a lot more sophomore, very, very sophomore laden, and a lot of players will be playing at the Division I level next year, which we'll get into as this broadcast gets underway. So it is do or die. It is really all of the cliches are apropos tonight for Eastern Florida.
So we'll have a broadcast full of them, Jeff.
Yes, of course. The enemy of the broadcaster, the cliche. Eastern Florida will be attacking right to left in this first half, wearing the home whites. Daytona State in the blue will be defending the goal to our left to the north. Top select the ball supplier, the NJCAA level. And it is, again, a Chamber of Commerce-like night here in Melbourne for this matchup.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful pitch, beautiful weather. No excuses tonight.
A little bit of this pitch is if you can't play on this pitch, you can't play. I mean, that's just the way it goes. This pitch is perfect.
And it is game on in Melbourne. Maybe they'll try to test that back line of Eastern Florida.
Why not? I mean, I've always said get forward off the kickoff. I mean, why put yourself under pressure? So I like that Eastern Florida goes forward first.
There'll be a throw in front of the Eastern Florida bench here to start. Studenhoff maybe wearing 22 here tonight instead of his typical 12. Behind him, Sam Bailey and Sam McConnell. Sam I am down with the program. 2 Sams manning the midfield for Jeff Carr. I stand corrected. It is Studenhoff in wearing 12. Each of these teams will just feel things out here for the time being. Again, you just played 4 nights prior. The familiarity is already there. There's a chance to the back post. Did it cross?
No.
It is waved off. Goal is disallowed as William Diaz got to it the last second. Take a look.
Yeah, have a look. He's going to get on the shoulder, and he's going to just step in front of the defender. So a good ball in. And that's what he's looking to do. And good call by the official, but that is what you want right there. That is what you're looking for out of Gunnar Studenhoff. I said he's going to be looking to right those 2 goals. Almost got one there. But I like how he played off the shoulder, gets in front of the defender. And if he gets in front of a defender, with his pace, with his strength, it's going to be trouble.
There is no VAR tonight, nor is there goal line technology.
Good.
Spoken like the purist. On the ball for the first time is Sukata. Headed wide. Schneider Mimi is the left back who has got Division I potential all over him. And in fact, as soon as I say that, he loses the ball out of play. Take a look at that goal that wasn't.
Yeah, we can see he's a great striker. He's got great instincts.
Yeah, it never crossed.
No, it didn't.
But yeah, if you're Jeff Carr, you like the being proactive and on the front foot, getting a chance in the opening minute. From distance all the way across, and it sticks to the glove of Noah Murray Hawkins. So a chance each on either side of the first 3 minutes of this game.
Arthur Ferrer with a really good attempt, but certainly was going to be, or excuse me, not Arthur Ferrer. I said Arthur Ferrer. I apologize. I digress. That was Sukata.
Here's a chance for Luke Sexton, the fabulous Sexton brothers, down at the 18-yard line there. And our referee, Chris Bolak, will call it back. And 2 players for Daytona are down.
Well, you can see, I mean, the challenges are going to come hard. There's going to be hard tackles in this game. And you see, he was trying to pull his shirt, and when he went down, it went down a bit awkwardly. Players will do anything they can to get a little bit of an edge. Benny Hartzell, you'd have thought his jersey had handles on it. He was being held. Ended up with 2 players down. So,
and that will stop the clock at 40:55 here in this first half.
I think if you're Eastern Florida State right now, you're somewhat happy with the start.
Bart Sasnet and his assistant Joe Avalone on to the left looking on with great interest, and they're calling for a substitution here.
Yeah, he fell down awkwardly, and you could tell that it was something a little more than just a knock. And remember, his arm was behind him as he was trying to hold off the attacker. So when he fell, it really fell awkwardly. Is that Ronaldo in the crowd right there?
Let's take a look. Take a look here and see if we can get a closer idea of what happened. Perhaps a knee involved, we're hearing from the truck.
So see, he's got his arm,
oh,
and
yes.
he catches, actually, it might be friendly fire.
Yeah, it was.
As Kevin Kelly was coming in.
So one with a knee and one with probably a stinger in the neck. Not to speculate at all, but we certainly hope both of these young men can keep going.
Well, you certainly always hope that you want to walk off with no injuries, right? That's the best way for everybody to walk off the pitch.
So Wabaduke got the worst end of it from the knee. And is it Ramsey that is down for Daytona State, the one player on his back?
I think it is. It is.
So looks of concern from the traveling faithful coming down I-95 today here to start this match.
Well, he's up, and that's good.
Well, just across the way, Bruce Bochy Field has some action tonight. Of course, the Titans baseball team will be in action on our air again this spring after a bit of a hiatus. Glad to bring you these games once again at All Sports. We did volleyball a couple of weeks back. Got a women's game coming up this weekend.
I'll tell you,
Bruce Bochy Field, a good place to see a ball game too, by the way.
I'm jealous. I mean, I love the Melbourne area, and where was this school when I was ready to go to school? It wasn't here.
You're on the other coast.
I was, but what a great place. I mean, the sports facilities are phenomenal. The programs are great. The school's great.
If you look at Jeff Carr, he's wearing a Minnesota United hat tonight, a gift from the MLS team that spends its spring here every year because of the quality of the facility.
And you can see why. Like I said earlier, if you can't play on that pitch, you just can't play.
We have resumed, so sub has happened. I believe it is Ramsey out, and now let's see if they've moved people along. From distance, just missed it, dipped like a knuckleball, and it will be in behind for a goal kick.
Well, that's a great attempt, and Murray Hawkins had to watch that, and I think he had it covered for sure, but He was probably going, I do hope I have that covered.
Yeah, it looks like Poon Dairag, the center back, has moved out right to hold the right back spot, and it's Wabaduke still grimacing after that contact with the knee. And then coming in, Blake Leo to be the other center back spot right now.
Anytime you get a knock on your knee, it doesn't feel good.
One of those things you just want to play out of it.
Well, I mean,
let it loosen up.
In a game that means so much, you'd have to be really hurt to come off the pitch. Let me tell you.
Wabaduke will lift it to that 18-yard box. It's settled by Sam Bailey.
Nice touch.
Kicks it left to Sexton. That touch got away. Tried to be a little bit too clever. And a foul. Give the ball to Daytona State College here in a advanced spot.
Yeah, this will be Vander
good
Rocha.
look.
Very comfortable in the ball, good player. Definitely catches a little bit of contact and
Cameras were in the right spot for that.
Goes forward, bowls into an Eastern Florida State player, takes a pin down.
They pick up the split. Here's Leo. Out to Mimi. Close down quickly, and it'll send the direct ball all the way across. Due diligence done.
Yeah. Ball. Just give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Throwing Eastern Florida. Tez Kelman to back it up. The captain for Daytona State, former Titan. And Coach Sasnett was just raving about him in our conversation yesterday. And to be fair, Jeff Carr, same thing, considering he played here a year ago.
Yeah, it's got to be
a really, really pleasant young man.
I'm sure right now he's not thinking about it at all, but
No.
probably coming in was probably awkward situation coming back, and I'm sure he has nothing but good things to say about the program here and having to play against his old school.
Both coaches said he makes things look easy, and now Eastern Florida trying to make the chances look easy here in the first 10. Getting away was Studenhoff. Alluded to it in the open. He had 2 goals called back for offside in that first matchup.
Blake Leo toddled on the ball just a little bit, and you do not want to do that with a player like Gunnar Studenhoff.
Gunnar, number 12, and Luke Sexton, both Orlando MLS Next products. So there may be a lot of freshmen on this team, but you do have players on this team that are familiar with one another. Ooh, contact there.
Like I said, this one's not going to be for the faint of heart. Challenges are going to be strong and hard.
Justin Sexton was the one that put in the challenge. A boxing fan, by the way. Bit of a bruiser there at left back. Physical specimen at that. Sexton looks the part too. There's Sukata giving him an inch. Able to get a ball across. Nothing too dangerous in it. So if you're Eastern Florida, you're the Titans here, Tom. You gave up 2 goals in the first 8 minutes on Saturday in Daytona Beach. We're about that point now. You got to feel good about the chances this time because it was a lot more of a level affair after that first 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, usually anytime a goal's scored in the first 5 minutes, it's usually given, not earned. So you want to settle in, avoid any mistakes, and they've done that. They've actually started on the front foot by nearly creating a goal of their own in the first 2-3 minutes. So that's been rested. So yeah, they'd feel good about that.
Oh, nice look there. Intervention was made. It will stay with Daytona State. The Falcons will have the throw in.
Both coaches, both teams right now probably wanting each of their teams to try and establish a little bit of possession here.
Rang played a ball in. Down to the line. It will go in behind. Goal kick escorted all the way by Sexton there. Chase given by Kevin Kelly, who has got a very high work rate at the center forward spot for the Falcons.
Ooh. Well, you can see that right there, Eastern Florida trying to put at the back, Daytona wanting to press right away, forces that long ball, and then it's a giveaway in the midfield.
Okay, Leo is checking out. Coming in number 24, and this is Duke Genestein, who won a state championship a few years back with Auburndale. Freshman with 4 goals and an assist. I'll bring that off the bench. Nothing wrong with that. So
no, he looks like a handful.
looks like he's going to play on that right side.
It looks like he could be a handful. Again, defenders, if you can run at a defender and you're comfortable with the ball at your feet, that's a defender's nightmare.
Or Guy Jennings, the head coach of Auburndale, told me one time about Duke that he's got the thickest legs I've ever seen at the high school level.
What's it from the
Evens up a little bit once you're in college, but
I hear Herb Brooks in my head. Legs feed the wolf.
yes, the late Herb Brooks.
Herb Brooks, the coach of the Miracle team from Lake Placid.
Many years in the NHL.
Good run.
Trying to get in offside, but a good look. Here, Genestein saying unlucky, unlucky.
Good hold up by Kevin Kelly. Good poise, showing some composure, waiting for the run to develop. Maybe should have played the ball maybe a little bit sooner, obviously. But that's what you're looking for if you're Bart Sassonette right now. You want some poise, some composure.
Sexton up the line. Chasing is his brother. And it will yield a throw in for Daytona State. Tomas Uriarte took the inbounds pass, and now steal. Eastern Florida has a beat on things. Down is Studenhoft. He cut to the outside away from the goal, made contact with the keeper Diaz. A lot of yelling and screaming after, though.
So have a look. Good win on the tackle. Ooh, I'd like if there's a, you wish you had it from the other side, I'd like to see where the keeper's legs were in that collision. From one angle, it doesn't look like much. From another angle, you might see something a little bit different, but we'll trust that the assistant on the far side had the better look at it. Although if you're an Eastern Florida State fan, you're going to be shouting for a penalty for sure. Nothing wrong with a good appeal, Jeff. You have to appeal for the penalty in that situation.
Kelman on that far side of the field. You talk about a guy that can cover some ground, number 14 for the Falcons. One sent across. Sukata didn't have the player zig when he should have zagged.
You heard Kevin Kelly just shouting out, goes, no, I need your support. Wanting that support.
Rocha.
Oh, good ball.
Again, opportunity
That
for
took
the
the touch.
fifth,
That's going to be corner.
fifth leading scorer in the nation. Sukata had to go. And a corner kick it is.
So this is where, if you're Eastern Florida, you want to be careful now, because of the corner coming in. As we get a look at this effort right here. Looks up, wants to have a go, catches a little bit of a deflection, but watch for Prince Wabaduke.
He scored on a set piece on Saturday.
Yes, he did, so that won't be lost on this Eastern Florida team. So know where he is, be first to the ball here.
Vander Rocha, the Lake Mary prep product, lets it fly to the back stick, and it was Wabaduke that got ahead to it, put it high, the target though.
Well, I mean, you're looking at a big, strong guy coming up. So he's going to be a threat of those. And from that side, the sun is right in the goalkeeper and defender's eyes. So
Contact, free kick Eastern Florida. hour to go in this opening half, no score.
Eastern Florida hit the inside of the post, and you know, it's funny, those round posts, the ball could go one way or the other. It wasn't a kind bounce for them. Sometimes you see those and they go in.
Quick pace of play here tonight thus far. Sexton trying to have his brother get a turn. Just nipped it too far.
That's not a decent series of passes connected by Eastern Florida State.
Justin saying, Luke, I'm trying to play to your feet. Oh, it just got through. Clean up on aisle 5 from Wabaduke. Took a deflection off an Eastern Florida player on the way out. Dyrang still that right back spot. Gonna head to the captain, Kevin Kelly, the Irishman. Got a foot to it, got it clear. Janestein does his job. Last 5 or 6 minutes, it's been exclusively in this attacking half here for the Falcons. Boy, it closes down quick.
That's a good touch.
Got that one away, deflected it wide. It will be another corner kick. And turning up the wick here,
Yeah,
Kevin Kelly.
It was a good turn and shot by Kevin Kelly. Murray Hawkins doing a good job at getting his hand there to tip it wide. As we get a look from behind the goal, watch the concentration.
That was on target, yeah.
He gets both hands good in front of it. Smart. If you can't hold it, you certainly don't want it bouncing back in front of you, so he deflects it wide. Good save by Murray Hawkins.
Marking high, another ball headed down, that time right at Murray Hawkins though.
I'm sure somebody's gonna be wanting to talk about Prince Wabaduke on these, because you're gonna want to make sure you don't give him too many free headers.
Prince has a magnet in his head right now. Another takeaway. Rocha plays it, now Janestein. Due diligence done.
That's a good
by Drake Allen Dickens.
Yeah, that's a great recovery run by Drake Allen Dickens. Stayed with it the whole way, didn't quit. Well done.
Wabaduke looking for Sukata directly. Racing the line, able to get across back.
Did a great job to keep that in and get it squared back.
Janestein. Duke plays it back. Middle of the park, Kelly. Having a go, took another little nip there as it goes through.
Daytona State good in combination to create shooting opportunities for themselves right outside the box.
Trying to release Studenhoff on his left foot. Studenhoff got a shot away and just misses the far post. Wabaduke hit the near post pretty hard and knocked it off his moorings.
And that's what you love about Studenhoff. He can create something for you. He's that kind of, he can change a game for you, and he was a really good example there, because that's two big boys going at it. Prince Wabaduke and Gunnar Studenhoff. And Studenhoff, as soon as he gets around you, if he can get around you and take that step in front of you, you're done. As a defender, you're going to have to foul him. And in the box, you know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
So then you're just hoping that he's not going to score.
One of the keys Jeff Carr told me, we got to finish chances when we have them this time. Ball in the air, headed wide of the target.
Going to get another chance
on the other side.
Well, that's just it. I mean, in games like this, you don't know how many quality chances you're going to get. Two really good teams. So when you do get those quality chances, you've got to cash in on them. He's absolutely right. Service in. Players kind of come together. You always tell players, look, you got to be first to it in either box. And if you're Eastern Florida State, look, I would tell players it's either a goal or it's a foul, but we get to it first. And I'm sure that's what these guys have been told.
Sam Bailey, one of 5 Englishmen on the roster, takes the Lions' share of the set pieces.
Is that a reference to English Lions?
It is. Lifts it. In swinger. Coming out was Diaz. Not out of the woods yet. Eastern Florida will try to keep it in the attacking third here. Bailey whips it across. Waiting underneath it was Studenhoff. Flag is up for offside.
I'll tell you what, that was really well done by Diaz. Diaz was strong, made a determined run, got there first, punches it clear. Good concentration.
Oh, brave.
Where at? Because you can see if he wasn't there, that was going to be trouble. So he did very well off his line.
These 2 programs, the
Ooh.
only 2 in a bit of a misplay.
Really?
Oh, yep.
Wow. The only thing is the contact
With the keeper.
well, it prevented Diaz from actually being able to go to the ball. It's probably what it's called, although it was a heavy touch by Diaz.
Corey Cox has made her decision.
You cannot give Studenhoff those types of opportunities many times. It happened earlier on in this game when the defender, it was number 3, Blake Leo, just on the ball a little too long. There's Studenhoff coming in taking it off you. You cannot give him those opportunities.
There's Sexton. Cuts it back on his right foot. Draws a crowd and then whips that high target.
Right idea.
Didn't need a lot of room to get the shot off.
He's looking for the far post. Right idea. Couldn't keep it tamed, but right idea.
Make a play. They can't play. Guard, come on, press.
I'm not always sure I agree with the call about contact with a goalkeeper. It depends on in which it comes. Is it a foul? Is it inadvertent?
Is that one of the spirit of the game type?
If a goalkeeper comes out to make a play, then he's fair game. I mean, a shoulder if it's deemed to be shoulder to shoulder. I think sometimes keepers are protected a bit too much.
Throw from Joseph Collins. Tight quarters, good turn, stop and start, but nothing comes of it. And now the other way,
Could
the
be
chase is on Kevin Kelly on his high horse. And we'll draw the throw in.
Well done again by Alan Dickens. He did very well again. Covers a lot of ground very quickly as a center back. Reads it pretty well.
Martin Sasnett called Kevin Kelly his blue-collar tactician, staple of our program type of player.
Definitely a hard worker, grafter, but
He's from Dublin,
but
right?
with ability. But you need players like that. You like forwards that are gonna run and chase and harry. You don't want the ones that just wait to go, give me a ball, then I'll do something, unless they're unbelievably adept at doing something when you give them that ball in that situation. But you like forwards that are willing to work hard, do some of the hard work, and he's clearly a player like that.
Good defensive shape here from the Titans the last minute or so.
Gives good, clear communication to his players as well, but exactly what he's looking for, what he wants.
Trying to play it direct. Peyton Wood. He would take care of it. Throwing Eastern Florida. Comes the pressure. Dump and chase. Studenhoff again nearly closes the ground there.
Yeah, you like it. He's not going to give you any time off, Studenhoff. If you're a defender for Daytona State, keep switched on the whole time.
Janestein poked away by Sexton.
Luke, 25.
Janestein on his left. Pushed off the ball. Commits the foul.
He tries, doesn't he? He was trying to make something happen, but ran into too many white shirts there.
He's got a lot of torque in the legs. Trying to run through it. Take a look.
You see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. He sees that little opening, but that was well done by Eastern Florida State to come close down the area. Just make sure he ran into bodies in trouble.
Boy, what a battle. Sexton thought he came away with it, commits the foul on Uriarte. Uriarte out of Orlando Cypress Creek.
Nice and simple there. Play the way you face.
Oh, good touch by Sukata. Well, back heel. The help comes from Mimi. Good movement here. Oh, back to Sukata. Takes it to that far post. Missed the target that time.
Keep your eye on Vander Rocha.
Number 18.
He's connecting a lot. They look for him a lot as they move forward into that attacking third.
Vander Rocha out of Lake Mary. Played at Lake Mary Prep, 5 goals, 8 assists. That leads the team, so that makes a lot of sense. Had a goal against Eastern Florida Saturday as well. Coach Sasnick called him a game changer. So yeah, look at 18. Finding space. Oh, dummy.
So starting to find a rhythm, connecting passes, putting passes together, getting your team in a rhythm. If you're Bart Sasnick, this is what you want to see your team doing. Possess the ball. Keep it and build rhythm. Move players around. Don't get too casual though.
No harm, no foul. Daprang. Trying to get to Kelly, bumped off.
No, that was well done by Justin Sexton.
That's fine, that's fine. Hey, can I hit the foul for him?
Read it well. Good positioning.
Or is that not a foul?
But you can see the connection of passes, changing it from left to right, and then finding that space, finding the gaps.
Back heel from Jenna Stein. There's Rocha.
That's a foul.
Takes a tumble, gets fouled. Free kick coming to the Falcons of Daytona State.
Ooh, that's a card. Given to Bailey. As we have a look here. Yeah, definitely a foul. Again, the play we just talked about, Vander Rocha getting positioning, and he had gone ahead, and the foul came from behind. So easy call for the official. Sam Bailey picking up a card after the fact, probably for dissent. Now this is going to be treated like a corner, so again, watch for Prince Wabaduke on this. Make sure you got good matchups if you're Eastern Florida State. Don't let him have a free header.
Rocha to deliver. Still found a blue jersey in the middle of the box. Appealing for a handball, doesn't come.
So who did they get to drop back on Prince Wabaduke? Gunnar Studenhoff. I like it.
Studenhoff giving chase. Challenge from behind. This will probably bring out another booking. And Sexton will go in as well. So yellow cards and back-to-back minutes here.
Let's have a good look at this. This might be one of those that may have looked worse than it really was. I think he got the ball. I think the yelling and the tumbling and the rolling probably seduced the ref into
Neymar'd it.
Actually, a little better. Neymar's was really bad. That was really bad.
Nonetheless, now you got to see out a set piece in a dangerous spot here.
I think Justin Sexton's right. I don't think he deserved a yellow for that.
Gamesmanship. A loose ball, the 50-50s all going the way of the Falcons for the last 10 minutes or so. Coming, oh, another one. Kelly leaves it back.
You know, the thing is for Eastern Florida State, they can kind of, as long as they're really organized, they can absorb that pressure because they know at the other end they've got a guy who can break it any second.
All the way across off the foot of Rocha.
You obviously don't want to absorb that pressure. You'd love to be possessing the ball and you know, having it in the other team's final third.
Dishing out the pressure.
But with a player like Gunnar Studenhoff, you're always a threat. Even on a direct longer ball out, you can be an easy threat.
Change made. Rolando Onu will get a run out here. Remainder of this first half. Forward from Kent, England. Does lead the team in goals scored with 4. 3 of those from the penalty spot, though.
Says he likes to cook. I'm sure he'll be.
I'm sure he's popular with the teammates. Son.
I'm sure he's wanting to get some cooking going on here in this game.
Play it through. As McConnell trying to play the through ball there. Didn't quite get it to where it needed to go. Drop back.
Daytona State kind of read that and knew that's what they're looking for and closed the gap pretty quick.
Rocha on the diagonal. Darang on the overlap. Jenna Stein taking a touch and whistling that one high is Sukata.
That one went over into the baseball field, and they're like, that's too big a ball for us to hit.
Over the softball field on that
the
one?
Softball field.
Well, if he hit it to the baseball field, that is a crush.
Softball field, sorry.
Gotcha.
Baseball, but even they said that's too big a ball for us to hit.
Yeah, right.
We're not playing kickball. What's going on over here?
No.
Baseball wanted to break out a kickball game.
Collins along the side. Turned over. Rocha on it. Will slide it low and left. Nothing comes of it. 14 minutes to go in this opening half. No score.
Interesting choice on the strike. Clearly didn't catch it the way he wanted to. We got a little change, so we're going to give Gunnar Studenhoff probably an extra few minutes rest before the half.
You got to plug him back into the Charger.
He's probably not happy. You can tell by his body language, he is not happy to be coming off. But I know the coach is probably going, hey, he's done a lot of hard running.
Yep.
Let's give him a few minutes, and then he's going to be good to go for second half.
Luis Esteban Son, Rockledge product. One of 6 players, local ties that should see action in this game. 3 players started, all from here in the Space Coast. The throw from Mimi.
Go. Now, if you're Eastern Florida, possess it here for a few minutes. Let's see if we can keep it.
Hold on, Preston.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Eastern, you've just spent a good few minutes absorbing pressure. Now it's your time. Let's keep the ball. Let's put them under pressure. Let's make Daytona State chase a little bit for a while.
Preston Price the ball, wearing the 13 shirt. Transfer from Lipscomb University. Big throw for Drake Allen Dickens. Ooh.
It's a collision.
That echoed.
That referee will be stopping
Florida
us
player
shortly.
down in the box, he'll stop it.
He came together with Prince Wabaduke. Look, balls up. That's Sexton, yeah.
Justin still down. Mike's picking up saying, I'm fine, I'm fine. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. A yellow card for the effort, huh?
Let's have a look at Wabaduke as Sexton comes in. His arm's in, so he's. I know they thought his arm was out. His arm's in. He's strong. It was a good, hard challenge between two players.
Jeff Carr looks on with great interest here for a key moment of this match. Free kick, Eastern Florida. Almost kick it back, drop ball.
Well, it came off so the ball
Yeah,
played
I think
forward.
they stopped
so
play, yeah.
It's a stoppage of play, so it's going to be.
So 3 yellow cards in this match so far. Not to be unexpected.
No, I told you, challenges are going to be strong and hard. Two teams not backing down.
Now we'll drop the ball here. Yeah.
Everybody confused as to
Yeah, what's going
what
on.
happened. This could be costly for Daytona State.
Across the way. And
So typically
Wow.
what you'd see happen in that situation is, because it was Eastern Florida's ball, you'd kick it back to him, but they wanted him to play it deep to the goalkeeper.
they just gave it away.
Player just gave it right to the Eastern Florida player, took it, didn't know what to do then, just says, all right, I'm going forward with it. And that caught Daytona State on the unawares.
Preston Price had a free cross at it, just
Yeah.
nobody there to put it home. Headed to the center of the park.
Immediate high pressure.
Immediate trouble. Boy, good pace there as well on the other side from Muhammad Amat now in the game for Coach Sassnett. Number 27 on that left side.
And again, a player with blazing speed, as you just saw, that was clearly on display.
Coach Sassnett said he's got D1 speed out of this world work rate.
Well, you can see that the attacking players for Daytona State want to high pressure. They want to put Eastern Florida State under pressure right away. And it's so far, it's worked. They've managed to force them into some giveaways.
Jenna Stein, get down. There's McConnell racing ahead. Steps, lost it. Stood his ground was Darang. Direct, looking for Sukata. Don't give him an inch. Just inside the area to his right foot, sends it across. There's Amat there on the back stick.
Yeah, smart by Sakata. And Amat was trying. He laid out to try and get that ball far post. See Sakata smart. Good ball in. Tantalizing. It was there. Anytime, if you're an attacking player and you see your guy Sakata get into a situation where he's going to get wide, get isolated, get to put a ball, you've got to get on your horse to get into the box and get into that 6 because he's going to deliver.
Rory Hawkins has it. Under 9 to play here in this opening half. Entertaining affair, no score as of yet. Sexton. Turned over again, center of the park. Given right back. Stop start. Price. On the outside, the race is on. Schneider Mimi got the first touch to it to get out of trouble. Zach Collins to get up the line for Eastern Florida. Throw-in coming the Titans' way here. Coming in the foul. Throw-in to one player with 4 blue jerseys around them, and you're able to get bailed out by that. David Gomez does his job. Now what are the options here?
Well, you shouldn't want to get this ball whipped into a good area. I usually say, you know, a ball put in, if it's a good ball and a good run, good things happen. I try and get that ball whipped into the near post. If I can get some runners going in, a Sexton, I try and get that ball whipped in the near post.
Bailey. Arte was the one that got the head to it first. Flag is up, offside.
Hey, 6 minutes late. Let's go on, come on.
It was Justin Sexton. Sound like urging his team on, being a good leader, and it needs to be. He's the only sophomore. Everybody else is a freshman.
De facto leader, huh?
Well, he's the experienced voice.
Diaz. Pressure comes now. Niger Mimi turns on a dime, gives him 9 cents change, and then the line where it goes. Gunner coming back on.
Yeah, so you just want to give him a little bit of a breather and then bring him back on to finish out the half. Probably passing on a couple, and it might
How about
pay.
this chance? Oh, and put wide.
Oh,
it got hung
dear.
up in the legs. Everybody holding their breath. Just wouldn't settle.
That was, I mean, almost a beautifully scripted substitution, right? Put him in, and he doesn't lay off, and that ball comes across, and it just takes a weird bounce on him. I think he knew he was clear. I think he knew the goal was open, and the ball just took a really odd little bounce. He'll want it back. He knows he should have tucked that away.
Said, when you have the chances,
that's
you
the
gotta
one.
take.
Well, that's the one. I mean, and then you hope if you're Eastern Florida State later that doesn't come back to haunt you, but you'll look at those little chances. You'll go, man, it was a big moment.
Boy, off to the races that time was Amat, but committed a foul in the process. We'll stop the clock at 4:45.
That kind of pace.
Amat will get into the book for that.
He will as a trip. That kind of pace can be troubling. So if you're Eastern Florida now, you got to figure out. So how are they playing him? Are they playing him to feet? They're playing him into space. So if it's space and you know you got him, play off him. Don't play near him. Play off him. Make sure you're the first in that space. You got to give yourself a yard or two.
Up that right side. Taken away. Eastern Florida will have it. Under 4 to go. .50. A lot of energy been expended in this first half too. Something to watch for as we wind down and then look towards half number 2.
Yeah, I think so far Daytona State probably edging the possession. That's a good ball forward, but
Amat.
again, but now you have a look, and that was good defensive positioning. by Eastern Florida State because you kind of took that pace of them out away. You were first to the ball. So I was just talking about. So they figured out, okay, he's going over the top, so give him a yard or two. Make sure I'm first to the ball.
Schneider Mimi, North Miami Central High. Wants to throw in the captain. Right back to him. On the left foot. Crosses away. Headed on frame. Jenestein would want that one back.
Oh, for sure he does. Okay, look, he called for the ball to the far post. It's there, and he just couldn't get on top of it. Couldn't keep the effort tamed.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark.
Flick, flick,
50-50. Breakthrough, Studenhoft. Jenestein. There's Sakata on the right side. 1-on-1. Crosses a bit too far.
Yeah, whereas his last effort there was really good. That one, not so much. But again, you see he's dangerous on either side. Very technical, quick, strong, smart.
Sakata from Tokyo.
Combines a lot of dangerous things. Actually, if he kept that in, because that was really well done by Justin Sexton. Because that was a tough ball.
About a minute to go here in this opening half. Falls to Rocha. Sakata to his left foot. Takes a shot off the back post there. And
wow.
Another effort just comes up short for Daytona State, but a beautiful orchestration of passing leading up to that.
Absolutely. I told you they're very good in combination in the middle of the park to create space. And Vander, I talked about Vander Rocha, and that ball, he was looking for it. Did the right thing. He had the right technique. Just the post was a friend for Eastern Florida State there.
Would have been a stunner for Eastern Florida had they conceded it. Gotta be careful here. About 12 seconds to go.
10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they count it down. Full time in this first half, 45 down, 0-0. The score between the Titans and the Falcons in this key match in Region 8. Halftime show coming up next.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Daytona State Falcons. Live Saturday at 7 on WEFS.
Ready to move up the ladder, but needing a bachelor's degree is holding you back? Become a better you in 2022. Advance your career with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. Choose from 25 Bachelor of Applied Science degree specializations in business, healthcare, computer technology, and education. Many fully online programs are available to help you design your perfect schedule. Get the assistance you need to get started today. It's great to be a Titan.
The biotechnology is not just limited to the medical field. We're starting to train individuals to also be in the criminal forensics field, where we're now taking students who have criminal justice degrees, training them to understand enough medicine that they can then go process samples, much of which are genetic techniques, to help with crime solving. Right now, we use the exact same curriculum that a biotechnology student looking to go in a clinical lab setting would take. Much of the techniques that they use, the genetic techniques and the chemical techniques, are all the same. It's just what you do with the information when you're finished that changes.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Daytona State Falcons. Live Saturday at 7 on WEFS.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, ride with me. Now you're on your way, like it.
Halftime at Orlando Health Stadium in Melbourne. It's Eastern Florida State 0, Daytona State 0, and the key matchup in NJCA Region 8. Basically a best of 3. Eastern Florida needs to win tonight, Tom, and how do you think they fared in that first half?
Look, I mean, you're coming out 0-0 with the number 9 team in the country, so I think, you know, there are probably some things to work on, but all in all, you're in there with a shot to win the game, which is all you wanted to have at the end of 45 minutes. And actually, probably might be looking, going, you know, we could have had the lead. They should have probably taken the lead. They had the best gilt-edged chance of the half. So they're probably feeling like they're doing okay.
No goals, but chances to talk about as we take a look at the first half highlights. And it was marked by a couple of early misses for Eastern Florida.
Well, let's start off early, and again, Gunnar Studenhoff, and look at that. And if you're the goalkeeper, William Diaz, it's a bit nonchalant. You're like, oh, goodness, that's by me, and you want to go kiss that post because I've seen him go in off those round posts. This is probably, I'm not sure. He may have had a call for penalty. You don't know if he got hung up in William Diaz's feet. Couple good saves in the half by Murray Hawkins. He did very well. But again, with Gunnar Studenoff, we talked about this. If you toddle on the ball at all, you have a bad touch, he's the guy that's going to make you pay. And this is what he does. This is the most unlucky. The ball took a bounce. He knew what he needed to do, probably felt the pressure coming on. And those are the ones you talk about, those chances. These are the ones you have to bury. And that really should have probably put them up 1-0 at that point, maybe even 2 if the post is a little bit kind for Eastern Florida State. So possibly just a few little touches away from being up 2-0.
Hello to our crew. We focus in on what the Titans need to do here in the second half besides finish chances. They're being outshot 10-8. 2 yellow cards apiece in a game we expected to be a little feisty. Hasn't gotten there yet, but how is this going to manage the longer it goes 0-0?
From a card perspective, you just want to be careful. Anytime you picked up a card, you know that you can't do anything risky. You've got to be careful with everything you do and say from this point on, because you don't want to put your team you don't want to be a man down to the number 9 team in the country. Now, having said that, of course, we've looked at Daytona State, and they've definitely dominated the possession, created a couple chances for themselves. We saw the one late on in the half that came off of Yutaro Sakata, who had a lovely left-footed bending ball that was looking for that bottom corner, hit the post. That was probably their best chance, I think, of the half. So if you're Eastern Florida, you've got to make sure that you got to be perfect with him, because he's a guy that just needs the smallest amount of space to do something and make you pay. If I'm Eastern Florida, on the other side, you've got Gunnar Studenoff, and he can change a game for you with just a simple ball over the top. And you can see that Eastern Florida is not afraid to go and find that ball. As we have a look at baseball there, we sent the ball over the other side. I wonder what they thought of the thing. What's going on here? But if you are Eastern Florida, look, watch their press. Obviously, we've seen that Daytona State want to come out high press anytime you play at the back, but they don't have a problem. Does Eastern Florida going straight direct to Gunnar Studenoff, who can cause problems, and he's always going to be lurking there and thereabouts.
The ever-expanding Eastern Florida campus, here as twilight descends, getting screwed in and geared up for half number 2.
What a great backdrop. Look at it.
I know.
Standing up there with that nice bluish pink sky right behind him, having a wave. People want to say hi to him.
This is the time of year where the weather gets just perfect out here, doesn't it? The heat is gone. Just a little bit of crisp coolness in the air. It is perfect weather for almost any sport.
Oh, if you're these players, you love playing these conditions. I mean, again, a beautiful pitch, a beautiful night, little light breeze. I mean, it just doesn't get any better as far as playing, and as far as the conditions for playing a game. This is great. This is why you want to play in Florida.
Well, a few more minutes left to get yourself a snack or a beverage, and just join us for the rest. 45 minutes more to go. Eastern Florida locked in a 0-0 tussle with the Falcons of Daytona State. We'll be right back with half number 2.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Daytona State Falcons. Live Saturday at 7 on WEFS.
Your future begins with a choice, a first step in the right direction. Eastern Florida State College can help get you there. Create a great career with a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree, or a college certificate in high-demand job fields like healthcare, advanced manufacturing, aerospace technology, computer technology, and more. On campus or online, you can find inspiration, support, and success. So, what are you waiting for? Take that first step. Eastern Florida State College, where Titans rise.
Doing something that not a lot of people get to do, working with rockets that, just go into outer space. The possibility of doing work on a vehicle that might reach Mars someday, to me that's very exciting. How many people get to do that?
I'm part of SCAP, which is the Space Coast Consortium Apprenticeship Program. What it is, it's an apprenticeship program to get people in the aerospace field and get experience and schooling all at the same time. So I just graduated high school this past May, and I found out about it 2 days after graduation, and my original plan was to go to Eastern Florida and just get a basic AA degree and figure out what I wanted to do from there. I always liked the idea of going into aerospace, but never was sure about engineering itself. So this was a great way to get my career started, even if I choose to go back for engineering or even if I choose to change career paths. This is a 2-year degree that is fully paid for by my company, and it is 4 years of experience in the aerospace industry where I really get to get the experience and the schooling, and if I choose to continue down this path I can, or if I choose to further my education, go somewhere else, I can also do that.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Daytona State Falcons. Live Saturday at 7 on WEFS.
Back in Melbourne, ready for second half action. Jeff Radcliffe, Tom Traxler, our entire WEFS crew bringing you some Titan soccer tonight against the Falcons of Daytona State. A must-win affair for Eastern Florida to force a third game in this series in order to capture the Region 8 title. So you got to win tonight and then again on Wednesday. If Daytona State comes away, it's over. Third game won't even be played, according to Jeff Carr. No sense in risking an injury. So, lots on the line. Everything, really.
That's why this game's so good, so tantalizing. I mean, so much to play for both teams, really.
Eastern Florida now attacking left to right in this second half. Sexton. Dealt with by Daytona State. There's Kelman, who's used to dropping back and playing a little defense. The race to the corner, won by Eastern Florida.
So again, just getting forward early. Good for Eastern Florida. Put pressure on Daytona State right now.
Sexton lost the grip but got bailed out. Went up the line. Rocha couldn't do much with it. And Sexton draws the foul.
Let's have a free kick in a dangerous situation. Don't go early here. Get something set up.
How about a boot in the chest?
I don't think anybody likes that. Doesn't feel good. Touch there. You see the leg come across, but yeah, enough to get a foul. You want to get this thing probably whipped in. I would want to get this just over that bar and dropped into the box. Right there. That's
Bailey
a good
delivers. Falls at the 6 and knocked out. Bailey will collect. We'll try to recycle things with Collins.
That's a well hit. That was a well hit ball. That's dangerous.
Put wide. Nothing in that one. Good composure from Kevin Kelly. Here come the Falcons along that right side. Runners coming across.
Could be trouble.
Janestein is there. Oh, just took a deflection and then cleared.
Well, you had a look where Kevin Kelly was lurking, and if that ball was put right to him, that could have been trouble. Now you're going to get Daytona State's going to settle it down, try and get some touches. Bart Sasnet, Joe Avalone, the Italian over there. He's going to want to get a lot of touches.
You've heard him
Possess.
coach a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. No, great coach, and certainly an asset for Bart over at Daytona State. Just a good person.
Joe, longtime director of Florida Craze Crush. Youth club in Eastern Orlando. He's produced a lot of good college players. There come the Titans. Have some real estate. Of course, he'll catch up to it. Studenhoff has a step. Steps over once or twice. We forced back out. Good defense by Daytona State. Takes a rip and misses it.
Well, definite right idea for Sam McConnell, or excuse
Bailey,
me,
yep.
Bailey. Sorry, I said the wrong name.
Sorry,
for Sam Bailey.
Let's go back to a few moments ago.
So you have a look, and there's Kevin Kelly just lurking. All you got to do is deliver that ball right in front of him, and almost did. It was a little bit heavy, but that was he was in the right spot.
Foul, and will be Daytona State ball here on a free kick.
Expect this ball to get just bent into that far post area. Put a deliverable, good service ball. Make it dangerous. See if Kevin Kelly. Interestingly enough, they're keeping Prince Wabaduke back. Not letting him go up on this. Give me an in-swinger, though. Look for that crowd at the far post. If you're the goalkeeper, just be aware of your near post in case Sukata's going to try something a little clever.
Sukata, up and down drop. Chance goes in behind. Goal kick for Eastern Florida now.
So you got one group, Daytona State, they're going to possess, and here's that high press. So if you're Eastern Florida, you want to try and possess it, break a line, here we go, and get forward.
Off here to Sexton, right at the corner of the area, cuts to his left foot, just getting a piece of it with Schneider and Mimi.
Two players just not quite on the same page there.
McConnell. Couldn't do much else with it. Kelly. Marauding forward. On the outside, Sukata. Kelly running into the box. Sukata will cut to his right foot. Get it away and gathering Noah Murray Hawkins, who, big fan of Jordan Pickford, by the way, the Everton and England goalkeeper star.
He's certainly turned into a stalwart for Everton. That was a good ball. Sukata's so dangerous, especially when you can get him isolated and he can take you on and get the ball to the line.
Rocha. Sukata! That is goal number 17 for Yutaro Sukata, and it has given the visiting Falcons a 1-0 lead. Clinical.
Made no mistake. Made absolutely no mistake on the finish. So get a look. That was Kelly. He got the ball down the line, and it was three players very influential in Daytona State. Kelly, Sukata, and Rocha all connecting. So Sukata, he can play supplier, he can play finisher. And there he was to drive the dagger home. And this is where that chance for Eastern Florida in the first half really comes you really start thinking about it, because at this point probably should be 1-1.
A diamond of an assist there, too.
Well delivered ball.
Now things become a little more just desperate, you have to think now.
So with a really young group.
From distance.
Coming back, well done there by Murray Hawkins.
Shock and awe.
Look, if I'm Murray Hawkins there, calm down. Hold the ball for just a minute. Hold the ball. You just can see it. Make sure you take a deep breath. You're young. It's okay. You got the balance of the whole half to go. You know you've got Studenhoff. You know he can score. You know you can create your own. You can create your own chances. So just take a deep breath. It's okay.
McConnell forward, and we pulled back foul against Eastern Florida. Now trail 1-0. Sukata, quick drink after those runs. Mimi. Kelly. Florida on the high horse. Boy, good sliding tackle there. Stopped by Bedoya. The Gaither product, Tom.
We share some comments. I was a graduate of Gaither High School myself. I was in the first graduating class.
So a player, you're a player that he looks up to, right? You're on the wall in the trophy case, right?
Yeah, well,
Gaither High?
That, and also I'm sitting way above him right now. So yeah, you'd definitely be looking up at me. I'm up here in the booth. He's down there on the pitch.
Playing Studenhoff through.
Offside.
Nope. Flag up. Flag up. But you see the pace and the danger he possesses.
Well, this is what I say. You can be dangerous. You can get a goal. This goal, you know you can score. You've nearly scored 2 in the first half. Probably should have had 2. So just keep your composure still if you're Eastern Florida State. But you see how quick and strong he is. So he's a threat. He's going to be a threat the whole second half. The referee saying, I want the ball in play now. Play. Or say, let's go.
Launched by Kelman. Good job by
Hayden Wood. Well read.
Wood, yep.
Yeah, well read.
Freshman out of Kent. Maybe to throw. Here's Rocha. It's by 1.
That was well done by Sam Bailey, because that could have been a problem.
Space closes down quickly. McConnell sends all the way across, all the way to the John Deere. Fortunately, John Deere is not on the roster.
No, but he had a nice touch. Put the ball right down for that player. Don't know how it cuts the grass, but he took a nice touch.
Well, you know who cuts the grass.
Yeah, he told me today, Jeff Carr. Good for him. You know what? This
Athletic
is like,
director.
Hey, you know what? It's like his backyard.
Yeah. Long-time women's coach, now men's coach, and groundskeeper.
I'll tell you a story after this.
All right. Here's a build-up again. Kelly.
That's going to be a corner. Kelly, quite a handful. So some of the best times, when I would coach, I'd have to line my own field. And it was great to get out there early in the morning, nobody's around, you put music in, thinking about the game, lining your field. Something really good about that feeling. So I know what he feels like when he's out there cutting his field, thinking about the game.
You hear baseball players and managers talk about that too.
Yeah,
there he is.
I'm sure he's not.
Right now,
thinking
he's
about
not cutting grass. He's cutting fingernails,
that.
chewing them off.
Yeah, he's trimming his nails, not the turf.
They are down a goal to nil. Kelman. Ooh. Daytona State, number 9 in the country. Eastern Florida was in the top 20 as of last week, but the loss dropped them down to what would be number 22 right now.
Again, you have to look at the schedule they play. I mean,
yes,
it was so strong.
And 5 losses, all the top 16 teams in the current poll. They
and
lost at Snow, or won. They beat Snow, number 17 Snow.
Yeah.
And lost to Salt Lake, the number 1 team in the country, just 1-0.
I mean, that bodes well. I mean, every player's a freshman, so every player could come back. I mean,
conceivably. Lost to Lewis and Clark and Illinois Central, also ranked teams. Beat LSU Eunice. Oh no, lost that one too. So 1-4 against those teams, but still, it's the experience at this point in the season that you need.
Well, I like teams to be battle tested. I mean, it's one thing if you play a lot of games that you're just dominating. When you do run into those hard games, you wonder. Look at that moon, by the way. It's a great Halloween moon. If you see it live, it's like got an orange tint to it with a black sky.
Yeah, it just needs to stay there for a couple of weeks.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, to the back post for a second.
Speaking of Halloween and scary, that was a scary moment.
What you can't do here is concede a second.
No.
And now Coleman's down.
That would be quite a road. 30 minutes to get that back against the number 9 team. That would be a tall order. Look, right now, everything's. I wouldn't change too much.
Cortez Kelman back on his feet. EFSC cares, right? Getting a college degree is an exciting and prosperous adventure. However, you may face challenges along the way. Don't let issues you may have been having prevent you from getting your degree. Reach out through EFSC Cares. Get the help you need today. For assistance, call the EFSC Cares hotline at 321-631-8569. Numbers on your screen. Much comes to that foray into the attacking third. We'll try to get it back on that half. Jenestein. Build up now. Trying to turn, keep his feet. On spin cycle there is Price.
Oh.
Leaves it, Bailey, but right at the keeper.
That's another of those opportunities that he wants back. That ball became so big for him in that moment, like he saw the goal, saw the ball, knew this was a great opportunity.
Perhaps Diaz had a bullseye on himself.
Good ball, and you could see
it did. Deflection.
You could. He was like he was almost spinning off.
Give credit
he could
to
see
Mimi.
the goal coming.
Mimi got there to disrupt it. About a half an hour to go in what is essentially Eastern Florida's men's soccer season here. They have to win.
Well, you got to be smart.
The third game.
This is a long time. You don't want to change too much about what you're doing. You've seen Gunnar Studenhoff can get behind him. He can cause trouble. So you don't want to oversell this right now. You don't want to be overcommitting and sending a lot of bodies forward at this point and opening yourself up to a counter at the other end. You can still pull this level.
Sam McConnell, Newburgh, Indiana native. And Sam Bailey have been manning that midfield all season. And drawing the foul there. Free kick, Eastern Florida.
That's a foul. Cortez Kelman, who's, I'll tell you, a very valuable part of this Daytona State team. He's one of those unsung guys that does all the hard work, all the good work that you have to have. And apparently a very good singer as well, as I'm understanding.
I did not hear that one. Changes being made. Sonu. Rolando is in. Leading scorer on this team.
Well, you certainly want him on the pitch, right? Now you need goals.
Good player to come off the bench. One of 2 Kent, England natives on this Eastern Florida roster. Up the line, tough to handle. Boy,
that might be picking up a book in there, maybe. Want to be careful.
Yeah, that was Justin Sexton. I think he's already in the, no, Luke Sexton's in the book. So,
it was a strong whistle by the ref.
Sakata, quick throw in.
Look at
oh,
that.
how that first step.
That
Lay it back. It was read well by McConnell.
That could break ankles. That.
Oh. It's running out of your boots moment.
Yeah, good man. Come. Yeah.
Did ask Coach Carr, who for 10 years coached the Eastern Florida women, was national runners-up 2 different years, 12 and 15, what the difference is in coaching the men and the women. He says, well, I'm a lot more worn out now. I'm not sure if that's necessarily age or just the guys.
Probably the guys.
He did say there's a few more egos involved now.
I mean, there's a different dynamic.
That one took a wicked top, and it is 2-0. The Falcons that much closer to a region title.
So headed out and down. And right there, caught a little deflection, unlucky for the goalkeeper. That was Vander Rocha,
who now has a goal to go with the assist, his 6th of the season.
Yeah, we mentioned him early on. I think he's been probably man of the match. He and Utara Sakata, for sure. The deflection did not help Murray Hawkins at all.
It rarely does.
No. I think he
almost
had. I think he would have. I think he had it covered. And then you go back and you'll at the end of the game you'll probably start to think about the chances again that Eastern Florida had, even the one that just fell for Sam Bailey early this half.
Uh-oh, and a yellow.
That's to 26.
Yeah, that's your guy, Bedoya from Gaither. Got his money's worth.
Yes, he did.
So Sakata, 38 minutes to go now. Rocha has doubled the advantage. Now you need a goal. The worst way.
Well, look, one goal now would really help. Obviously, would help Eastern Florida, but it would also. I mean, that 2-goal lead. Everybody knows. They talked about it. The 2-goal lead in soccer. It's a worse lead to have unless the game's over. Because if the other team can get one, the whole tide just changes. You've handed them a lifeline, so that won't be lost here on Eastern Florida State.
I do recall a game you and I called at the beginning of the 2016 season, Orlando City and RSL.
One of the most unbelievable finishes I've ever seen.
Kyle Larin, the Canadian international, and Adrian Vinter, I believe, scoring the 2 goals in stoppage time to force a season opening draw.
2 stoppage time goals.
That's always told me that 2-0 is never safe.
It's not. So, like I said, that won't be lost. So, Eastern Florida, keep plugging away, keep going.
Remember, there's no stoppage time here. There's no stoppage
No, there's
time.
not. No, the clock is
so
controlled.
with 2 minutes to go, let her flip, let her rip, maybe 3.
That's a good ball.
That's a great ball. Studenhoff trying to get the edge.
Ooh.
And runs out of real estate.
Just couldn't get it squared. Did the right thing. Hard, got around, just couldn't square. Yeah, good ball, well weighted. As you see, he just can't get his feet set to get the ball squared.
It's got to be hard running at that speed, though, to set anyhow, right?
For sure.
It's easier when you're just jogging.
I tell you, so many players would love to have that kind of speed.
A throw at Eastern Florida, under 25 to play. Here we go.
Ooh, what a
in
tackle.
The box. Tackle off of Daytona State.
I'll tell you what, that was a great tackle by Prince Wabadike. Because that was a well-timed tackle. Studenhoff had the ball in front of him, was looking for the far post. And if you're going to stretch out in the box, you got to be careful. That was well-timed.
Bailey needed to be pinpoint on this one. High arcing ball to the back stick. Chasing is McConnell.
That's all. Rest time.
See how that one worked.
Yeah, just couldn't get to it. You had McConnell and Urarte chasing it down, and the corner flag caught the worst of it.
Get the trainers out. If you remember, in the first half, Prince Wabaduke had a collision with his teammate Brett Ramsey, who has not returned to this game. Concern going forward, of course, for Coach Sasnett and his staff, but Wabaduke has been a trooper.
Like I said, you don't get this level by being soft, so
yeah.
These are strong young men, and they've taken knocks before, so.
Add a push. The arguing probably won't help you much at this point.
No, Vanderroch, a smart player. It was a foul, but he knows when to go down, when to set his feet. Soccer IQ, been very impressed with him tonight.
Bart Sasnett called him the epitome of character and hard work. Florida will have the throw. Well, you can't score 2 at once. You got to get the first one and then go from there.
No 3-point shots here.
David Gomez comes in, the man from Naples, product of Lely High School in Southwest Florida. 5A Player of the Year a year ago.
And Amat will come in for Daytona State, so we know if
got
they
that
put
pace
some.
again, yeah.
Well, what they're looking at is, if you're Eastern Florida, you're going to have to start getting numbers forward. So that counterattack opportunity is probably going to be present for them. And if you have Amat in that pace.
Sukata splitting 2 defenders.
Oh, well done.
Through ball. Oh no.
Important here.
Sends it right to the keeper. They had that near post covered.
It's one of those big moments. You're going to climb back in. Those are the ones you're looking at. Great ball. It's right in front. You want to get that ball to the far post.
Yeah.
You want to get that ball to the far post.
Looked like it was covered defensively on that back post.
But you never near post. You want to put it low, hard to the far post.
Rowan Falcons have only been defeated once this year. McConnell. Allen to the line. Be a throw in. Daytona's only loss came at Georgia Military College, the #1 team in the Division II rankings. Well, Eastern Florida beat that team earlier this season, so they're only blemish.
You can see Eastern Florida. They're either looking for Onu, they're looking for Sudenhoff. They want that. They're not afraid to play it from deep areas to try and spring them, get them behind the back four. And for good reason. They have pace, and obviously Onu's shown he can score goals.
Price and McConnell trying to connect. At the halfway line will be a throw for Mimi. Falcons will take that. Under 20 to play. 2-0 hole to climb for Eastern Florida. The Titans now on the move.
That's going
Trying
to
to find Ono.
Somebody's got to get in the box.
Ono covered and put out for, I believe, a corner. Yes.
Onu and Sudenhoff both going after the same ball. One of them needed to peel off, and probably would say Sudenhoff needed to peel off and get in the box. Might have had an opportunity on that.
Every set piece now is critical. Bailey floats it up. Headed off of the post, back down. Still in the 6 and cleared away.
Another situation where the post has not been kind to Eastern Florida.
It's one of those games full of nearlies, right?
Well, goals change games, Jeff, and you can see that. I mean, if the ball just rolls differently or finish here and there, this game could be the other way around right now.
Hit the post twice now. Look again.
Comes in, big header again. Sudenhoff getting there, and it's off the post. The post just is not. It's been the friend of William Diaz today, the goalkeeper for Daytona State.
Price had a crack at it. Always bouncing. Always hard to get a hold of those, but. The goal cam angle here. How close was it?
Well, you see Sudenhoff get position, gets up, and it's headed toward the upper corner.
Stepping over Cicada. Onu. Left it to the far side. The chase is on. Iarte. Corner kick. Checking into the game. Going now for Daytona State is Elkin Barbosa.
Player I know quite well.
Number 15 out there now. Played at Winter Park under Tom Traxler. The guy sits next to me right now. Actually, a player on each side. Tom, right? Owen Armour for Eastern Florida is also one of your former players.
Yes, I do. Very, very proud of both those young men. Elkin is a player that can create a lot. He has a smart soccer brain.
Rocha. Onu now on the left side. Racing down the line. Here is Barbosa now. His first touch. Just making it sure it gets wide.
One of those situations, if nothing else on, they would say, if in doubt, knock it out. Hey, you don't give up a goal at least from that ball knocking it out, right? Right. Doesn't become dangerous.
Amat. Slowed it up, squares it.
Yeah, a little tug.
Now at the quarter-hour mark, 2 goals down are the Titans here to the Falcons. Deep throw in coming for the Titans. This match just 5-5. Really tough to get games when you've only got one team in your conference.
Well, if you're only going to have 2 teams in the conference, wow. What 2 teams to have, right?
Right. They're playing all the games here in the last 3 of the season.
It's a little mini tournament, isn't it?
Yep. Sure, if you're Jeff Carr, you would prefer it not be that way, so you can develop, get a little better after each one. Put a little space between, not have the memory.
Well, again, I mean, you look at Eastern Florida's roster, all freshmen
except for
one sophomore. I mean, you certainly like to think the best is yet to come.
Barbosa. Hawkins. Oi. Big hold up here at the halfway line. Student off. Defensive foul. David Gomez in on that play too.
Eastern Florida player down, looks like stretching a little bit, yep. Cramp. Players are working hard. Fluid, even though it's a nice night, a lot of fluids leaving the body. So, cramping does happen. Justin Sexton, but he's all right. He's like, just stretch it a little bit, get me up. I want to go. Let's go.
Rub a little grass on it.
Put some Robitussin on it. I heard that works for anything.
Windex. Connell getting stuck in. Run continues. Under 13 to go. Kind of running out of ideas here. What, me? Niarte?
Well, for a freshman, he's had a good game for Daytona State tonight. Niarte.
On again, off again starter throughout the year. Oh,
that's going to be a goal kick. Now you're going to start to see a lot of balls just getting in the box. Put it in the danger area. Any chance you can get, put it in the danger area.
Same position that Eastern Florida was in 4 nights ago. Down 2-0 late on. Got to put some numbers ahead, but you leave yourself open as you mentioned, to a counterattack late. That's how they conceded the third.
And that's why they've got Mamat Amat out in the pitch. Mohammed.
Oh. Shot by Price. Throw in Titans.
That's where you'd wish you had like a long throw so that you can get into the box directly, but they're going to try. Try and get into a dangerous area as much as possible. Well defended. Oh,
Schneider Mimi will be fouled.
Onu thought he had handles on his jersey.
Got the warning. 11 minutes to play. Oh, Price comes up a little lame after that.
Yeah, you see the limp.
Into the corner, wasting some time. Definitely taken away.
Got that little knocking, it's cramping. That's all it takes sometimes.
Onu will collect on the right side, trying to get around. Kelman was right there with him step for step. Played well. Still work to do though. Throw in. Is visibly frustrated.
But hey, look, you've knocked it out. It's a deep throw in. It's a chance to pressure.
Team's leaving it all out there now.
He tries to get around the slide. Almost, he missed the ball. Tried to swing, this slide took him over the ball. And down because you got, at the other end of the pitch, you got Sukata. You can't see him. He's all the other end of the pitch, just hobbled off. He's cramped. There he is.
Yeah, you may want to save him at this point, right?
9 minutes to go. You know, yeah, at this point, if he's not able to, get a body on there that can run. And, yep,
Unless he's going to rope-a-dope it. No, he's still off.
You can see they're already looking for that counter ball. You've got Amat and you've got Janestein up top. Two quick players, and they're not afraid to go direct to them now.
Falcons ball. Time more and more of a factor now.
Drake, play the ball up!
Stein and Drake Allen Dickens coming together.
Yep.
And yellow.
Allen Dickens going in the book.
Whoa.
9 minutes to play. See the exchange now.
Little touch, see? And he just reached out. It's just a professional foul. Can't do that.
Rocha, boy, nice little swerve on that bad boy. Barbosa got a touch to it.
He has a well-shaped ball into the box.
Eastern Florida has to start asking some new questions here.
Well, you're getting a look and definitely pushing bodies forward now. Probably pushing 3 up top at this point. Going to try and, as best they can, probably go more direct.
Now, there you go.
Yep.
Play it quick. Alex Diaz-Martinez out there as well for Eastern Florida now. Another state champion in our midst. He won one with Doral Academy last year. Just a freshman. Starting left midfielder for the Firebirds in that game.
You go from being the big player in a team to another player on a team.
Yep. They beat Niceville 2-1 in DeLand. player as a freshman. Factor into Jeff Carr's team next year.
So many to choose from.
Right. It is a big roster. That was out of necessity, he was telling us, just because of the pandemic and wanted to bring in a lot of walk-ons, just in case you have to have players sit out for quarantine.
Well, look, that's smart. It was it still is somewhat an unpredictable time, then even more so. So I think it's wise to have a large squad.
Clock stopped at 7:28.
There's a player down on the far side for Daytona State. And ooh,
a yellow's been issued too.
Yeah, dissent from the bench.
Fourth yellow on Eastern Florida. 2 on the other side. William Diaz, the keeper, looking for second straight shutout against the rivals in his 6th overall this season.
Oh,
marauding through.
Well, Drake Allen Dickens coming across well and covering.
Mott was in the clear.
Says he likes cleaning. Well, he certainly cleaned that one up. Or is that a band? This is like Allen Iverson, Bruno Mars, Lion King, cleaning, and chess.
Cleaning. Well, I think that's his special, his off-field skill is what it says on the website. And cleaning is his skill.
Well, like
that's
I said,
a commodity.
He cleaned up well there.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get a right foot to keep it in. Nope. Crunch time here in Melbourne. 6.5 to go. Down 2-0. Stuck in that time was Bedoya. And the chase to the corner with Amat keeps it in. Continuing to be difficult. McConnell gets it away. Onu. Pivot in the middle of the park is Gomez. Down the line, giving chase. Whoops, bit of a push.
A little bit, a little nudge. A little rub. So it's going to be a deep throw in again. So you got to come up and pressure this. You got to make it difficult for Daytona State to get out. And if you do get it, you got to get it in the box quickly. Daytona State lining up substitutions. That's just eating up more of the clock.
The clock will stop for substitutions, but it does make the game more herky-jerky, yeah?
I got him. Don't follow. You go to my side, I got him.
Waste time on the throw here, right? Under 5.
You want to get the ball in the box as quickly as you can.
Yes, Cortez! Yeah.
Amat. Go off of him. It is now or never.
They throwing it long.
Throw in.
You can hear the frustration that's starting to come out now.
Good throw.
Yeah, you got to get in the box.
Had to be first to that second ball, though. Amat now on the counter. Will hold it up. Now lay it back. Benjamin McEwen in the game, number 2. Kelly. He had Rocha to his left. 4 minutes to go. Rolls it right to Murray Hawkins.
Easy save, easy cover. He's going to want to get all of this. This should be put puts it down and he should thump it.
First ball. Second ball. Gomez. And lost on the third.
He's a big touch here if he can get to it.
It'll be a throw-in. Substitution, I think, coming in for Eastern Florida here, yes.
Yeah, they do stop the clock. You hear they got the time, but they do stop the clock. Referee
Luke
going.
Sexton back in, finish this game off.
Referee going back. Check on Sam McConnell. A little slow at the other end of the pitch and trying to get his way off.
Headed wide. Clock tick, 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 ticks on. Ball's in the box. Trying to get a turn. Shot.
Whoa.
Deflected. Sexton can't get on it.
It's just one of those nights where great hits just aren't falling in. It's just not falling your way.
All taken away from McConnell. Is that Bailey?
That's Bailey.
Yep. Under 3 to go.
Well, you like it. These players, what I like that I'm seeing is they're playing all the way. There's no quit at all in this Eastern Florida team. They're still believing that they can get one and try and get something turned around.
The 2.5 to go. Yep. Now we'll eat up some more clock.
Yeah, on those
Give credit to
throw-ins
the Falcons.
Now it's about gamesmanship, right?
Yep.
Daytona State, you're not going to be in a hurry to do anything. You're not going to be in a hurry to take free kicks. You're not going to be in a hurry to take throw-ins. If I have a throw-in, I'm looking around, faking the throw one way, seeing where I want to go.
Oh, bad hop.
Offside. Came from an offside position. Janestein.
The women's soccer team will beat Polk State tonight to lock up the conference regular season title.
Hear that. Some positive news coming out of the day. Eastern Florida women beat Polk State 2-1. Or 2-0, excuse me, 2-0.
Congratulations to those ladies.
Captured their conference title. Not going to be in the cards for the men this year, it seems.
Well, bright things on the horizon, I think.
A team with just one sophomore.
They'll take the season as a great learning lesson. They played it like we talked about a few times, the strongest schedule and acquitted themselves well. And here tonight, you know, you're a couple things falling your way from this game being completely different.
Daytona State will advance to play the winner of Region 10. And these two teams scheduled to play again Wednesday, but that will be called off since it doesn't change anything. Oh, friendly fire.
Yep.
20 seconds to go.
Well, that friendly fire or not, that caught a Daytona State player.
Stop the clock with 14 seconds to only delay the inevitable.
26 as I think he got the worst of it.
Yeah, if you're Art Sasnet, this is not what you want to see, is a serious injury late on in a game that's already not in doubt.
We get a look as it comes in.
Bedoya, I think.
So he's down and then boom. It looked like the worst, but 26 is the one that gets caught.
Bedoya into some discomfort. Just 14 seconds from this being official.
hopefully everybody's all right, and you're sure if you're Daytona State, you want to make sure he's all right. I'm sure he's going to have a part to play as they move on.
There's members of the women's soccer team there come out to support the men tonight after their big win.
Talk about moving
Homestead.
on.
Yep. A hurt for these players, no doubt about that. We got the moon here, but the sun is the one thing setting here on Eastern Florida tonight as far as their conference hopes.
So I think they'll be frustrated, Jeff. I think this is a frustrating loss for them because the opportunities were there for them.
Yes, I would agree. Wishing the best for that young man, Daniel Bedoya. Was a starter and got injured earlier this season. Didn't get to play as much as he wanted. He just started coming back into form, and he'll be helped off by Joe Avalone,
assistant coach and crutch. Hey, but you got to do anything you can do. Go over there and help your players. Absolutely.
Long throw into the box.
9, 8, 7,
and they begin to celebrate now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the Daytona State College Falcons are conference champions. Here in 2021, they win 2-0 against Eastern Florida. We'll be right back, put a bow tie on it when we come back on WEFS.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Daytona State Falcons. Live Saturday at 7 on WEFS.
Back in Melbourne, Good Night Moon, a very famous children's storybook. And tonight it's good night to the Eastern Florida men's soccer season. They fall at home tonight, 2-0 the final to Daytona State College. Tom.
Yeah, I tend to think it was a very frustrating night for Eastern Florida State because the opportunities were there. But goals change games, and it was Daytona State that took their opportunities and thus will take the 2-0 win.
Yeah, had a number of chances, particularly in the first half, and in the second it opened up for the Falcons, who now are at 11-1-1 and conference champs. It was fifth leading scorer in the country, tallying his 17th goal of the season here.
Yeah, I mean, look, and right there, Vander Rocha playing supplier, and I thought he had a great night as well for Daytona State, and Sukata, look, he played provider most of the night, but there he played finisher. And Rocha getting his just reward. Now that's why you shoot. You shoot, good things happen. That did catch a deflection. I actually think that Murray Hawkins had it covered, but the deflection took it the other way. It's a little jammy thing, but full credit to Daytona State tonight. I thought they were a very good team and deserving of their points, even though I think Eastern Florida could have gotten something out of this game.
Rocha the assist and the goal to clinch it 2-0 to own the conference title here in 2021. But you're looking at the conference champion women for Eastern Florida right now. We will have them take on Daytona State on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us. The Falcons win it tonight. Eastern Florida season ends at 5-6. We'll talk to you next time. For our entire crew, for Tom Traxler, Brian Foster, John Bober, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Good night, everybody.